2012 Olympics opening ceremony has to be one of the most creepiest performances I have ever seen.
This is the torchbearer at the opening ceremony of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
I know that view is insane, if this is real.
But here is where it gets interesting. There is overwhelming evidence that the tower was actually built as a giant antenna for wireless electricity experiments. Nikola Tesla...
Everyone's talking, oh man, look at what they doing at the Olympics. Yeah, it's crazy. They gonna keep doing crazy stuff. But what's really under the Eiffel Tower? Who really built it? And what was it really designed for? The questions you need to ask yourself.
Happy Saturday, y'all. Welcome back to another creepy video. I'm Jet Ski Chuck, and on these creepy TikToks, you want to keep your head on the straight swivel. Before we do anything, hit that like and subscribe button. More disturbing discoveries that will cause you to rethink everything. So lock in. Let's dive in.
Ça ira. Les aristocrates à la lanterne. Ça ira, ça ira, ça ira. Les aristocrates, on les pendra.
What the hell?
Ça ira, ça ira, ça ira. Les aristocrates à la lanterne. Ça ira, ça ira.
What exactly are they trying to work on? What are they doing?
Their spectacle bears a striking resemblance to the apocalyptic scene from the 2003 movie, The Animatrix, which tells the story of how mankind fell to the machines. And I looked, and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
Is this literally the opening to the Olympics? Y'all gotta be kidding me. This can't be true.
And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to unalive with sword, and with hunger, and with unaliveness, and with the beasts of the earth. The horse was ridden up the Seine River by a masked officer of the Gendarmerie, a branch of the French armed forces responsible for public safety, policing, and maintaining order. They operate both as a military force and a police force. According to the show's designers, the Gendarmerie officer riding the horse symbolizes the strength, resilience, and unity of the Olympic spirit, while underscoring the importance of security and order during such a significant international event. This is the torchbearer at the opening ceremony of the 2024.
You've got to be kidding me, man. This is some Final Horseman type stuff. Book of Revelations. It's like, why? What does this have to do with the Olympics? I'm not gonna lie, it probably would be cool to witness that. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, what it symbolizes is, damn.
2012 Olympics opening ceremony has to be one of the most creepiest performances I have ever seen. I'm talking about the one done by the National Health Service. The performance starts with hundreds of hospital beds all over the stage, and there's nurses reading them bedtime stories before they go to bed. After they're done reading them the bedtime story, they eventually tuck all the kids into bed. Once this is done, they do this interesting little dance, and then it cuts to the scene where there's this girl under her covers reading a book, and when everyone's asleep, the demons start to come out. The camera keeps cutting to her and then to the demons as they multiply, alongside other creepy things. I'm guessing this is a big cage to trap everyone. The girl that was reading the bedtime story then gets lured up by this massive demon that spawns out of nowhere. Say what you want, I don't care what children's book or children's movies this is from, this is flat out creepy. Demons then make their way to the children's bed, scaring them and making them run away. And then the nurses become like possessed. They all start doing this weird robotic motion of dancing. The stage was made up of newspaper headlines, and there were subliminal messages all over the flooring. It's hard to read them, but you can go watch the original video and look at them yourself. The 2012 Olympics opening ceremony has to be
Maria Antonietta.
It does look like Voldemort, doesn't it?
Wow. And I looked, and before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades followed close behind him. And they were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the beasts of the earth. You know, I also found it interesting. Right here. I wondered why they had these gigantic wings in the background. It seemed kind of out of place. Didn't seem like it made a whole lot of sense to me. But then if you just took a picture at just the right angle. There we go. You see, just the right angle. And you got yourself some rather angelic wings there, don't you? The four horsemen of the apocalypse. Revelation 6. The fourth horseman, the fourth seal. The pale horse, brings a whole lot of nasty stuff. Opening ceremonies at the Paris Olympic Games have been absolutely something to watch. The open mocking of God. I did a video last night that showed the depiction of the Last Supper that these people did, mocking Jesus. You know, I always thought that the opening ceremonies were supposed to show what the hosting country had to offer, show the rest of the world. If this is what France has to offer, you know, sadly though, I wouldn't expect anything different in the United States.
Remember this part of the opening of the 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing? There were hundreds of dancers inside of these boxes, which are supposed to look like the Chinese movable type. One of the great inventions of early China. They used the blocks to form the Chinese character for the word harmony. They also created a shape that mimics the Great Wall of China, and the blocks start forming a flat surface and flowers start growing out the tops of them. Then it's just this beautiful pink garden, but then everything turns white again, and then you realize, oh, the boxes are opening up, and there are all the dancers, and they're waving, and those are the people controlling the boxes the whole time, which blew my mind. Do you remember this part of the opening of the 2008
How come we can't do more stuff like this? You know, something that's less easy. You know, not something disturbing and weird that's gonna have people on edge. You know, let's do something neutral. Not, how about nothing far left or not far right? Let's just do something normal for once.
Snoop, what was it like to carry the Olympic torch on the day of the opening ceremony?
Mike, it's too hard to put in words, baby. I mean, the D.O. was holding the torch, walking through the city, man. I felt like Muhammad Ali. It was extraordinary. It was excellent. And I found out that when you hold the torch, you're a peace messenger. So I really felt good about that.
Snoop, what was it like to carry the Olympic torch on the...
Hey, there's not everything's terrible about it, you know. This sounds like something good happened.
Okay, costumes? None other than Louis Vuitton. Performing the song King. Costumes? None other than Louis Vuitton.
My question is what does this have to do with the Olympic Games? Why?
What did I even just watch at the Paris Olympics? This was the opening ceremony. This is literally what it looked like. And obviously a lot of people are comparing it to the Last Supper. You know, Leonardo da Vinci's mural of Jesus and his 12 disciples? To me, there doesn't seem to be much difference, and a lot of people are expressing their outrage. But before we get to that, make sure you stay to the end because I have some pretty intriguing people that express their outrage. People that kind of seem like walking contradictions, but anyway. During the show, a group of 18 performers, including 3 familiar Drag Race France queens. At the center was a woman with a large silver headdress that resembled a halo as depicted in paintings of Jesus. She smiled and made a heart shape with her hands as her peers stared down the camera before breaking out in a choreographed routine. Models then stormed the stage for an impromptu fashion show that saw the supposed Last Supper mockers swaying along the sidelines. And then a massive serving tray was planted on the stage, right? Revealing a dressed man painted head to toe in sparkling blue curled up inside. The Olympics supposedly said that the performance was an interpretation of the Greek god Dionysus to make us, in quotations, aware of the absurdity of violence between human beings. What? And I tell you what, and Lil is working overtime on this one. AKA Baal, AKA Beelzebub, AKA Nimrod, AKA Zeus, whatever you really want to call him. But as you can see, Clint Russell, the host of Liberty Lockdown podcast, fumed on X, saying that in quotations, this is crazy, saying that opening your event by replacing Jesus and the disciples at the Last Supper with men in drag. Russell stated that also, in quotations, there are 2.4 billion Christians on earth, and apparently the Olympics wanted to declare loudly to all of them right out of the gate, not welcome. And a lot of them are expressing their outrage. Even ironically, Elon Musk, as you can see, Tesla boss Elon Musk also slammed the performance, saying it was, in quotations, extremely disrespectful to Christians. Really, Elon? Because at Heidi Klum's party a couple years ago, you just so happened to be wearing this. What is that? What is that right there? Wow, that's pretty interesting. But hey, people can change, right? I'm not going to be speaking upon Elon that much because I fortunately utilize his platform to post unrestricted content. But you tell me, do you see much difference here?
Holy mother-forking shirt balls.
What?
Oh, man. Wow.
My question is why? Why are you doing this? What do you gain from doing this? All that stuff is disturbing, weird, creepy. Why? Death on a pale horse with the wings of Lucifer on the 33rd Olympics. Thousand mocked Marie Antoinette when she was led to her execution. Millions are laughing at her memory tonight. There are more edifying memories to celebrate in Paris history than the humiliation, degradation,
Damn jet, it's degradation.
And degradation and execution of their queen. I don't even know about the Marie Antoinette, but it just seems this isn't nothing to do with the Olympic sports. They're trying to send a message is what I'm getting from this. I didn't even know none of this happened.
Because I actually think that that's Taylor Swift about to drop her reputation. She's gonna like get to the top, light the thing, and then just be like, reputation drops tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Olympic flag.
No, because it's actually Taylor Swift. Bro, she has to walk that whole lane? Whoa. Oh boy.
He probably burned like 500 calories doing that. Man, that looked tough. What's that called? The butterfly stroke? Whew.
Hey, mama, we made it! We made it!
This is the torchbearer at the opening ceremony of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
This is exactly why I don't watch TV, sports. I don't watch really anything anymore. I'm under a rock. I would have never seen this if people didn't tag me or show me what is going on. This is the exact reason why. What are y'all doing? What does this have to do with the Olympics is my question. Why? I'm thoroughly confused.
The Olympics. So it starts off with a bunch of drag queens, right? And I don't know if you noticed this. That's a child. A child. And then they did this weird thing. I don't even know what that was supposed to be. And of course it wouldn't have been the Olympics without a drag queen dancing down the runway, because somehow that's relevant, right? And then they did this demonic shit.
I don't even want to watch this.
Wow.
One reason you shouldn't be surprised by the opening ceremonies act. By now, most of us have seen the drag queen show that was a part of the Olympics opening ceremonies last night, specifically the part that seemed to mock the Last Supper from Scripture. But here's my wild reasoning for why you shouldn't be surprised by what you saw. Check this out. In 2 Peter 3:3, it says, most importantly, I want to remind you that in the last days, scoffers will come, mocking the truth and following their own desires. Scripture tells us this sort of thing will happen, which is crazy. Be reminded, this was in TVs and on TVs all over the world. As Christians, it is important we take a stand against such mockery and inappropriate things. Look, some people are afraid to take a stand. We feel called to do it, to be bold and cast our net a little bit wider to spread the gospel of truth. So subscribe and follow for more content. One reason you shouldn't be surprised by the...
Are you talking?
Holy... Let's go through this one together. Remember the opening ceremony of the London 2012
What was on the cheek? That's interesting.
This is mockery and blasphemy of the Lord Jesus Christ. The opening.
What did I even just...
I did not have queer thruple on my Olympics opening ceremonies bingo card, but here we are. There's a section titled Liberty. It's called Liberty, and it is exploring Paris's political and personal emancipation over time. Okay, so here's where the story gets good. They cut to a library, and we meet our...
This is actually so sad. Joke or not, this is...
Well, here we go again. Another group of Satanists performing a seance, a ritual on live TV in Ireland for a soccer game in the Eurovision semifinals. Guys, viewer discretion is advised. This just proves that there is a war in the spirit that people choose to ignore, either God or the devil. You choose. Bruh, literal witchcraft for millions of people viewing that. And I'm sure kids saw that too and allowed seances in their home, man. I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus Christ, man. Repent and believe in the gospel. Peace. Well, here we go again.
Stop perky just to start. Stop perky just to start. Not too close, perfect, just a woman.
Is that a whole bull? Unbelievable. In 2022? Yeah, guys, there's definitely something weird going on in Paris, man. I don't know what they're trying to prove or what they're trying to do, but it's not a good look. Gives me some disturbing and creepy vibes. Let me know what you guys think below, man. What are they trying to do? But it got me thinking. Paris, what is Paris known for? The Eiffel Tower. What exactly is the Eiffel Tower? When did it get created? If you ask me, I think it's some type of old world structure that's some type of giant antenna that they use to get energy from the ether.
They don't want you to know this. The Eiffel Tower's real purpose is extremely different from what you've been told. Most people believe it is just a symbol of Parisian culture and the industrial age, but there is far more to it. Its secrets could have revolutionized the world. The Eiffel Tower was completed in 1889 for the World's Fair. It was designed as a temporary exhibit showcasing modern engineering. But here is where it gets interesting. There is overwhelming evidence that the tower was actually built as a giant antenna for wireless electricity experiments. Nikola Tesla visited Paris in the 1880s, and during his visit, he met with Gustave Eiffel and shared his vision of a world powered by free wireless energy. Tesla proved with his Wardenclyffe Tower invention that electricity could be transmitted wirelessly across the globe. Eiffel was fascinated by Tesla's ideas and incorporated these principles into the design of the tower. The lattice structure is not just an aesthetic choice, it has a functional purpose. During the construction of the Eiffel Tower, there were reports of strange electromagnetic phenomena and unexplained lights around the tower. Local newspapers often mentioned mysterious experiments conducted late at night. Some even claimed to have seen sparks and glowing orbs. These accounts suggest that the Eiffel Tower was more than a mere monument. It was potentially a revolutionary experiment in wireless electricity, hidden in plain sight. The true purpose of the Eiffel Tower challenges our understanding of history and the capabilities of the technology available at the time. What if the secrets of the Eiffel Tower were fully realized? Could it have changed the course of technological development and provided free energy to the world? This intriguing possibility invites us to reconsider the true legacy of one of the world's most iconic structures. They don't want you to know this. The Eiffel Tower's real purpose is extreme.
Think about this for a second. What if they had one of these in every single town, major city, probably like a 200-mile radius? they had one of these gathering ether, there should be free electricity for everyone, according to that principle. You would need one of these probably every 200 miles, you know, just like a station. Restored footage from 1896 of cities Paris, Lyon, and France. You can see the pedestrians and vehicles of the past in various locations across the two cities. So in 1896 they had vehicles? Like, I'm looking at it like the reset happened and they just discovered these buildings. Because how would they build these in the first place? Think about it. How is that horse going to carry sections of those buildings? There's no way horse and wagon could have built those buildings, y'all. That's why the Olympics going on, if you ask me. They're trying to distract you from these buildings and the true purpose of this Eiffel Tower. Everyone's talking, oh man, look at what they doing at the Olympics. Yeah, it's crazy. They gonna keep doing crazy stuff. But what's really under the Eiffel Tower? Who really built it? And what was it really designed for? Are the questions you need to ask yourself. How would they be able to construct this Eiffel Tower with horse and wagon? There's no way. Look at this skylight. We got a little, oh, that's for that. Real quick though. How? Look at how they're horse and wagoning. How are they going to able to build the Eiffel Tower? They probably tried to get rid of the Eiffel Tower and it looked like something else and they just left the framework. If you ask me, if you had to ask me, they tried to get rid of the Eiffel Tower and they couldn't. The only thing left was the framework. If we look at the Eiffel Tower, it's pure metal. So the chances of that thing catching on you know what are highly unlikely. So if that ever happens, it was a setup for entertainment purposes only.
Today, let's dive into some fascinating facts about the iconic Eiffel Tower in Paris. The Eiffel Tower, also known as La Tour Eiffel, is a wrought iron lattice tower that has become a global symbol of France. Standing at 324 meters, 1,063 feet tall, it held the title of the world's tallest man-made structure until the completion of the Chrysler Building in New York in 1930.
Do you know that the Eiffel Tower was hated when it was first built? Built as an entrance to the 1889 World Fair in the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution, the all-steel structure seemed to rise oddly in an all-classic Paris. It was heartily disliked by Parisian intellects and artists who signed that manifesto. We, writers, painters, sculptors, architects, passionate lovers of the beauty, until now intact, of Paris, hereby protest with all our might, with all our indignation,
in the name of French taste gone unrecognized, in the name of French art and history under threat, against the construction, in the very heart of our capital, of the useless and monstrous Eiffel Tower. However, the famous structure, currently considered a symbol of romance, survived all the hate. Though it was initially intended to be demolished after the exposition, it was instead used as a giant radio antenna, and it remained the world's highest structure for 40 years. Did you know that the Eiffel Tower was hated when it was first built?
So, if it's a radio antenna, then that means there's some type of structure under it. Imagine what type of ether it's gathering. This, as far as I'm concerned, a tower this big can communicate past the ice walls. Let that sink in. Whoa. I know that view is insane, if this is real.
I'm here in the 7e arrondissement. I'm about to ride the enormous Eiffel Tower. All the way to the top. See you soon.
So excited. The Gustave Room is finally complete. The best view in all of Paris is now yours. So excited. The Gustave Room.
Wow. Is this an actual room you can go to at the very top?
Las Vegas must-see attractions. The Eiffel Tower viewing deck. For $27.25, you can go up 460 feet and see perhaps the best view of the Las Vegas Strip. Do I think it's worth it? I do, yes. However, I will say the one big negative of this experience is that the viewing deck is essentially a cage and your view is kind of restricted because of that. Other than that, I will say it is a fun thing to do.
This is the Eiffel Tower experience in Las Vegas. Tickets are as high as $35, but you can deal shop this one. Look on Groupon. Bring a lock to leave on the love lock wall. It's supposed to be romantic. Or just bring a lock to celebrate you. Participation optional. Now, as for the Eiffel Tower, I'm a little bit claustrophobic and afraid of heights, and this wasn't at all intimidating. The elevator goes straight to the top, and then you enter what feels like a bird cage. But it's open air and super stable. It's not a tight fit. You will get some of the best views of the city from up here. You can spend as much time up here as you want. I witnessed a proposal and a breakup while I was here. Rumor has it it's free on your birthday. This is a cool and exhilarating observation deck. Make sure to look through the tiny holes in the floor. Have you been? Would you go? Let me know and follow me for all the Vegas. This is the Eiffel Tower experience. And
would you guys go all the way up there? Let me know.
Ain't nobody told me nothing! Somebody go get her. Take me well! Take me well! Take me well!
What is going on? Damn, that's far. That's like seeing South Haven from Chicago.
When you come to the top of the Eiffel Tower summit, there's a champagne bar on the top.
Did you know that when you come to the top of the Eiffel Tower summit, there's a champagne bar on the top? For just 15 euros, you can get yourself a glass of champagne while enjoying the best views in the entire city. I know you might say it's a bit pricey, but my friends, as far as rooftops go, this is the best rooftop in town, and the prices, well, the higher you go, the higher you pay. But cheers to life and enjoy it. If you want to know more cool facts about the famous places in the world that you visit, follow me, I'll lead the way. Salut! Did you know that when you come...
Damn, 15 euros? Where's my phone at? How much is that in dollars? I'll quick type it in. $16.31. It's going to cost you $16.31 for a glass of champagne on the Eiffel Tower. It's, hey, that's once in a lifetime. How many people can, you know, say that they did that? That sounds tight. I want to do it. Let me know your guys' thoughts below.
Buried archways under the Eiffel Tower. This photo is from 1888, taken during the construction of the tower. I wonder what's down there. Perhaps the last great reset. Once again, has history been covered up?
They're definitely covering something under the Eiffel Tower, guys.
Question everything, folks. Buried
Whoa, tell me that doesn't look like the Tower of Babel. Babel, however you say it. But tell me that doesn't look like it. This was almost the Eiffel Tower, design number 6. Which design did you guys like the best out of those?
I do not know what I'm thinking. I'm afraid of heights, but hey, let's go up the Eiffel Tower. I booked us in for a mid-morning session, and what you do is you go through security, you go under the Eiffel Tower, you find the sign that has your booking time on it, you join that line, and away you go. I highly recommend pre-booking your tour time online beforehand. The wait on this day for people without tickets was an hour and a half. And here are the ticket prices if you're interested. So once you get into the entry area, you make your way up in the lift. I'm not going to lie, I was bricking it at this stage. Once all the people on the ground start to look small, I start to freak out. It's about a 5-minute ride up to the second floor, and I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit jiggly, but I could be overthinking it. The lift ride is quite interesting because you get to see all the intricate parts of the structure itself, which I thought was really cool. I'm a nerd like that. So we got the lift up to the second floor. I think the top floor was closed this day because it was too windy, and let's be honest, I would not have gone up there anyway. I'm so thankful that we got a beautiful sunny day this day. We were able to get some amazing views, amazing pictures, obviously. Oh my gosh, even looking at this video and looking at how tiny those people look, I'm getting a little queasy. So once we got out of the lift on the second floor, we walked around, took some videos. The views are truly, truly stunning. As you can see here, you can go up further. I chose not to. But you do get to see Paris from a whole different perspective, and it's really beautiful. Of course, I needed to calm myself down with something sweet and delicious. They have this macaron store, there's a little cafe, and I got the Pierre Hermé chocolate and raspberry macaron. It was delish. There's a little souvenir shop up there where you can get all your little knickknacks. I thought this keyring was pretty cute. I then strangely suggested that we should take the stairs down to the next floor. I thought it would be less horrific than the lift. And I was wrong. It was the most terrifying 8 minutes of my life. Anyway, there are restaurants, there's more cafes on the first floor. It's really beautiful. I don't have a video of that here for some reason. I don't know why. But this floor is much more spacious and much more kid-friendly. And after what seemed like about 100 years, we finally made our way back to the ground. And although I was so scared, I am so glad that I did it. Let me know in the comments if you've done the tour before, and let me know what your thoughts are. I do not know what I'm thinking.
I've never been to the Eiffel Tower. Have you guys been there? You know, after this latest stunt, I don't think I'll be. No, I'm just kidding. Don't, you know, I will say, don't let what the mainstream, what everyone's telling you, give you a general idea of what individual people are, an individual group of people are. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of amazing people and a lot of great things to do in Paris, France. You know, it's just unfortunate that, you know, certain events happen, you know, so always keep your head on a swivel and look on the positive side of life. The brighter things, the love, the joy, you know. I think I'm gonna call it there, man. Short but sweet. I just seen that ceremony and I'm like, we gotta talk about that, man. I had a couple people tag me in it, you know, because we dove into the CERN ceremonies, and it's just like, man, what are they trying to do? Why? You know, I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts below. If you made it this far, be sure you like the video and subscribe. If this is your first time, I have tons of other videos you can go back and watch. Very interesting topics. You got a lot to watch if this is your first time. Dragons, you know. But yeah, till next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.